Hi Scorpio, welcome back. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome to I'm Destiny Calling Tarot. Scorpio, this is going to be your weekly reading. It's going to cover the time frame of April the 5th through April 11th, 2020, moving into the 4th month of the year already, guys. This year will fly by, and this too shall pass, and we will move into a new way of living, a new earth. And I really just want to make just a quick comment. We'll move on to the reading. Really wanted to just let everyone in the collective, hopefully you'll feel the light and love being sent your way if you're either dealing with the loss of a loved one or you are experiencing some form of sickness yourself. Lots of love needs to be sent your way for healing during this time. Hopefully those experiencing that particular situation do not feel so alone during these difficult times. All right, so we're going to get to the reading itself and see what messages are going to be coming forward for Scorpio. So this is the Scorpio Collective, where it's so general for the Scorpio Collective. If you're noticing things not resonating with you, don't try to force the messages. It simply means those particular messages were not meant for you, and that's okay. The dates as well are general guidelines here in the reading. So if you're noticing things resonating maybe a few days or weeks before and after these dates, it's perfectly normal because we're all in different places of our journey, and this is very general. All right, we're going to get centered into the energies. Whew. Let's take a deep breath. Ready? Breathe it in. Let it out. We're going to let out all of the toxic, yucky energy. Another one. Whew. Feel that energy just leave your body. Visualize it just floating out of the room. It's leaving your home. It's leaving your area. It's floating away. All right, guys, let's take another deep breath. Whew. And that's going to allow us to bring in the positive, yummy vibes our way. Another deep breath. All right, can you feel the good vibes coming in? We're getting centered now in the energies. Breathing exercises are so important during times like this. It really helps to kind of center ourselves and just deal with the stress, kind of bring a sense of calm. It really brings you back to the present moment in time where we can regain our focus. Our focus is really what is going to be important during times like this. We want to put our focus on things that we can control. We don't want to focus on things we cannot control. It won't be beneficial to any of us to focus on things that we have no control over. Because what's the saying? Energy flows where attention goes. So where do we want to put our energy and our focus right now? What do we want to see grow? Do we want to see health and happiness grow? I know I sure do, and that's where I'm placing as much of my time and energy and focus at this particular moment in time especially. It's a challenge. It's going to make us all stronger. It's going to make us all more grateful. This too shall pass. We will be building a new world, and we will be entering a new time, and we will be growing as a human race significantly during this time. Yes, there will be challenges. They will continue to come up. We can't avoid that. What we can do is choose what we as individuals are going to make as our focus, and what we're going to be focusing on is what we are going to manifest. All right, guys, let's take another deep breath. Ready? Doesn't that feel fantastic to be able to use your lungs to breathe in this fresh air, to breathe in, feel the sense of calm throughout the body. Let's just relax our shoulders, kind of shake it out a little bit. Try to clear your mind of all thoughts. Just listen to the spaces in between your thoughts. The more that gap grows, the more you're able to just listen. And you'll be surprised at what you hear when you actually do get those gaps in between your thoughts and you listen. That is where the beauty of life happens. That is where your health and harmony and happiness and calm will be. Also wanted to say, and this goes without saying, and I think for a very long time to come, it will be recognized that during this specific point in history will remember who are serving during this time. I also will say who are not serving during this time. That will also be recognized and focused on in the future. But let's go down the line and make that our focus. Today we're focusing on those who are serving during this time, all of the healthcare professionals who are serving, all of the truck drivers who are still delivering food. I mean, there are, all kinds of frontline people on duty during this time. They're putting their health in jeopardy, and they're away from their families who are likely very concerned about their loved one, and they can't be there with them, and they can't support their families, emotional needs and such. There's a lot of courage in those individuals who are making this particular sacrifice during this particular point in time. So thank you to each and every single one of you. You are making this world a better place. We each play our own part, but we are all connected and a part of the whole. Spirit, please provide messages for Scorpio. And this is going to be for the time frame of April the 5th through April 11th, 2020. What messages did you want to have come forward for Scorpio? These are your cards, guys. Let's have a look. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save the inspirational messages until the end. I also added an extra card in there. You have a blessing. The tarot cards, I'll set those aside, and we're going to take a look at the oracle cards. These are going to provide us with the overall energies here for the entire read today. First card for Scorpio is Earth's Angel. I am a guardian of Mother Earth and protect all who live on her. Sensing very much that There's a lot of protective energy here in the Scorpio collective. So you're very, I will say it, you're not very self-serving during this time. You're very selfless. Next card. It says Earth and Fire Dragon. One thing I will say right off is you have a double, this is the Earth Angel and this is the Earth and Fire Dragon. So you have a double indication here of Earth energy. So that might be something in this reading that is quite significant. It says, works with you to clear the fifth dimensional lines. This is really interesting. I'm going to read from the book on this one. It says at the bottom, it is time for service. When you give, you receive. That's a really, really big message. What you're putting out into the universe is what comes back to you. This is the law of the universe. All right, so I'm going to take a look in the book, see if there's any additional messages here on the Earth and Fire Dragon. I am sensing that you're very in tune with Earth. As an individual, you like to spend time in nature. You can recharge in nature. All right, it says, this is a card of service. For the fourth dimensional brown and orange earth and fire dragons are calling on us now to help them clear up the light to the new lines of our beautiful planet. The original lines were called dragon lines, for they were maintained by dragons of old. Now a new fifth dimensional line system is being placed into Earth to carry golden Christ energies and prepare the planet for the new golden age. The dragons on Earth and fire move through these lines, creating a path of light through which the higher love frequencies can flow. That just touched me on a very deep level. The last part where it says creating a path of light through which the higher love frequencies can flow. And it says guidance. Humbly invoke these dragons and have a sense of power of the flaming orange fire combined with the grounding brown earths. Reach out a hand to touch the dragons. Then visualize Earth being crisscrossed with lines of golden light. Picture these dragons anchoring this gold Christ energy wherever there are sacred places on the globe. Mentally place a golden flame at each of these sacred portals until you sense our planet lighting up. Whenever you are out walking or driving, ask the magnificent Earth and our fire dragon to travel along the lines below you. Bring the Christ light down through you so that you can distribute it where it is most needed. You will give. When you give, you will receive. The Earth and Fire Dragons will illuminate the challenges on your route ahead, and as soon as you have acknowledged them, they will dissolve them. That's a big message. As soon as you have acknowledged the challenges, you will dissolve them. This will smooth your path. It will also allow you to step lightly into your role as a master as the new golden age approaches. A lot of masters out there in the Scorpio collective. I feel that you have a lot of information to send forward. I feel that you have a lot of drive. I feel that you have an incredible sense of humbleness right now. Whew, this is a really big This is a really big call for you during this time. Next card, it says strength. You need to stand up and have an option because in this case, yours is the only one that counts. This decision will have long-term effects on your future. Scorpio, your opinion is so vital during this time. You need to speak up. You need to speak out. You have important information that needs to come forward. And specifically the individuals who can sense that when that message just comes out, if it resonates with you, there is a reason why it's resonating and why it's so important. That it connects with you on a very deep level because you have a very important part to play. And it's a really sacred, it's a very sacred feeling here in this reading. The energy is just, it's very powerful. You're likely vibrating each day on a higher vibration. The energy it's phenomenal. Okay, let's take a look at the first card. It says Page of Pentacles. At the bottom it says opportunity. So I love the fact that this reading is starting out this way because during this specific point in time, many are in the fear mentality. You are taking whatever fear comes your way and you are being fearless by automatically changing and transmuting that fear into possibilities and opportunities. That takes real skill. That takes real strong mental power to be able to do that. And you're not just doing that, you're doing that on a very high level. And you will be making some very, very significant impacts during these difficult times and also becoming, like it said earlier, masters during the New World Ascension. Success. 6 of Wands. My daughter just got brought in. She was outside running around the yard and her father brought her in. She likely wanted to stay outside all day. It's raining right now, quite a bit where we're at. So she's okay. You hear her, she's just fine. She's with her father. You're definitely in a great place with this opportunity and success side by side in the beginning of your reading. So you're going to have not only success during this difficult, chaotic period, but you're also going to be moving into a time in the future where you have quite a bit of success. I shouldn't be laughing, but she can be a little drama queen sometimes. Oh wow, look at this. Next card, 2 of Cups. It says partnership. So partnership here, I'm very much sensing that with the opportunity and the success, and then this card coming up as the 3rd card in a row, partnership, I'm very much sensing that there is going to be some very, very, very important partnership that is going to come of this turbulent time. This is a partnership that it could be on many different levels. It doesn't have to be romantic. It doesn't have to be someone who's a coworker, it could be a family member, it could be just some random stranger who shares the same, you're just like-minded people, and you resonate on very high vibrational levels. So you really, you tend to get each other and not even really have to have conversations specifically. You get each other. So that's going to be really special for you going forward. And it's almost like I'm sensing two really fantastic energies here with this. It's about you're being gifted from the universe this specific partnership for all that you have, for all of the hard work that you have put in. And when I say that, if it doesn't resonate with you, it's not your message. But if it does resonate with you, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So there's that, and then there's also you have already felt the call. You have already felt the call, and you are prepared to move forward, and you will be doing so at a very high level. You will be very, how do I say it? You will be very influential in the new golden era that we are moving towards. Like I say, you're in a mastery type of energy here. So like I said, the second thing here would be a partnership as far as likely working in union to bring love and light to the globe on a very large scale. This to me is, it's an optimistic type of reading, and I feel this for me is even more than I anticipated. And I tend to be a generally pretty positive person. I don't, it's just who I am. It's who I am, and some people think that it's fake, but it's who I am, and I'm not going to pretend to be somebody that I'm not. So I just generally I'm a pretty positive person, and I did not expect this reading to be this phenomenal. Okay. Next card, Page of Cups. It says imagination. So the imagination factor here is really telling me, and specifically in this reading, guys, that you are able to kind of allow yourself during turbulent times to kind of drift off into a dream-like state. So it's almost as if you're a walking meditation. You're walking around in your day-to-day life at this point in time. It's not ideal by any means, but you are able to walk around in some form of it's a hypnotic state almost, as if you're walking around and you're just in a walking meditation. You really feel that you can dream the biggest dream and have your imagination work in your benefit, and you can make that your focus while the outside world is chaotic all around you. This is going to take you far in life. All right, so we have a couple of cups here. So this is going to be emotions. So we have 7 of Cups. Fascinating that this came up right after the imagination card, because this is about illusion. This is about desire. This is about fantasy. It's about artistic endeavors, imagination, and having your co-creative abilities really be unleashed. So For some of you, I'm not going to lie, it's going to be a point where you're going to have paralyzing fear. And I can tell you that this is going to be one of the best things that can happen to you. I have experienced this myself. This is going to allow you to work through your fear and understand that there truly, really is nothing to fear. Fear is simply a thought, feeling, emotion that is surrounding your internal world and is creating your external world. Once you realize that what you focus on grows, if you're focusing on fearful situations, that will grow. That will be your reality. If you focus on love, if you focus on harmony, if you focus on unity, these are the things that will grow in your life. And this is where, for some of you, you're going to get that realization, or that epiphany is going to really hit you, where you get that light bulb moment. So there's definite sense of overwhelming feelings for the Scorpio collective. Perfectly normal during these times. You are a human being. You need to feel all the feels and allow yourself to experience them. Don't live there. Allow them to come and go. So I'm really, really glad that this card came up, because, like I said, that's going to be the light bulb moment for some people. For others, it's going to be about your dreams and ambitions for the future. If you're in a mentally strong state already, you are going to be able to focus. You're going to be able to focus your dreams and ambitions and aspirations for the future during this time. All right, next card is it's the Magician card. Okay, the Magician card. This is coming up quite a bit in the readings today, which is fantastic. It's all about alchemy. This is you being able to manifest things in your reality. This is about inspired action. This is about just willpower, and being a skillful communicator is definitely in the cards for you, Scorpio. I want to say this is a very, very positive omen to come up in your reading, so that definitely needs to be said. A lot of spiritual synchronicities are going to be happening for a lot of you, and it's going to be, it's going to give you a sense of just, a sense of calmness, a sense of knowing. This in your reading specifically, the last thing I'll say about the Magician card, it's all about action. And as much as you believe maybe during this time it's hard to take action, where things seem stalled, you are not necessarily seeing it in that manner. You're seeing it as in, if you do nothing, you're going to get nothing, right? So you're finding every route that you can take with all of the resources that you can take, and you're using all of your brain power during this time to really take action. What that means for you specifically, I don't know. It's very general, I understand, but that's a really, really big message. King of Cups is the next card. This is going to be the gentle voice of reason surrounding you. This is going to be someone who definitely has pure motives. If there's any question in your mind, this is someone who's going to be fair, who's a good listener, someone who's gentle and generous, and very non-judgmental. At this time, this card is very much screaming out, allow your feelings to guide your decisions. That's really what I'm getting from that card. And the last card here is the Ten of Swords. Look at that picture. Wow. Look at that picture, guys. Impressive. He looks strong. This is telling you not to put limits on what the universe can bring into your life. Look at how strong this character is. This is the strength that you're embodying. If you need to recover from something during this time, let that be very symbolic to you in your situation. I definitely sense there's sadness being portrayed here with this card. I do sense that there is a very somber feeling for sure. And I am inspired by the energies of, even though there is that somber energy, I also sense that you are in a great understanding that it's going to bring a sense of relief, almost as if the weight has been lifted. So this is again a second indication of an epiphany, a light bulb moment, right? So this is you really beginning to feel hopeful of a new beginning. That's a really big turning point for some of you. So that's a great place to end the reading as well. I'm going to take a look here at your inspirational messages, and I did add a blessing in as well. This is your blessing, guys. Stay safe and secure. How appropriate for the time. All right, it says, the heart of God holds all in safety. In times of separation from those I love, I remind myself that all of us are held safely in the heart of God. I ask God to touch those I love with healing grace and compassion. Don't think I really need to go into any detail there. Next card. Life wants me to be happy. You know this. You know this on a very deep level. It says happiness is your natural state. Life wants you to be happy. What is your life teaching you about true happiness right now? What is the lesson that you are learning about true happiness in your life? It's a really good question to ask yourself during this time. This is a point where humanity is in a point of self-reflection. All right, and the last card. Guys, you can't please everyone. And I will say, as long as you're following, generally, as long as you're following rules set in place for a really good reason, and you're doing things with integrity, you have high morals, and really at the end of the day, you're doing no harm, and you mean no harm, and you're just living from your heart space. For those who you can't please, they are not your concern. For those who come at you and maybe have issues which they're projecting onto you, that is their issue. It has absolutely nothing to do with you, and you are in a complete understanding of this. This is going to serve you very, very well. I'm loving Scorpios right now. It says, when you're focused on living up to other people's standards, you aren't spending enough time raising your own standards. Some folks expect you to act a certain way and march to the beat of their boring drum. They find safety in sameness, but you have beautiful music inside of you, Scorpio. Your flair is meant to be shared. Oh, that's beautiful. Don't shrink to fit or get approval. Instead, dump your need to please and just be your magnificent self. This is so important because this is where we're headed. If everyone can focus on themselves, truly taking care of themselves, taking responsibility for themselves, if they can really make themselves a priority to heal themselves. It's all about mind, body, spirit, remaining balanced. This is going to be our new world that we're moving towards. And hopefully the world that we're going to be leaving for the next generation as well. All right, guys, that's the end of your read for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do truly appreciate each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you as well for all of the beautiful, lovely comments. If you haven't already, please remember to click on like. If you feel that these messages could be beneficial to someone, please share them during this time. Information is so important. I feel that you get that on a very high level, probably more than a lot of people during this time. So if you feel it can be helpful to someone, share the information. And for those of you who are new to the channel, we would love to have you as part of this community. Remember to click on subscribe. As long as we're all respectful to each other, we're here to motivate, uplift, and inspire each other. And at the end of the day, we're all here to support each other as well during times of need. No judgment here whatsoever. All right, guys, so take care of yourself, take care of others, and be well. Remember, guys, click like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.